Yeah, we are live.
Yeah, show stream is live. So then you can actually post that YouTube link in the group. For those who can't get into this, they can at least click on that and get in there.
Oh yes, but where I get that link on YouTube?
Yeah, the I don't know where you get it, but I've usually seen people do that. They post that YouTube link in the group for those who can't get into the in the Zoom or
Okay,
whichever other platform that you use. Yeah,
okay. Let me open it on YouTube, and from there I will take the
yeah.
link. You're about to view a stream on YouTube. We recommend closing YouTube while you are live. This saves bandwidth and is easier on your computer. If you need YouTube open, mute it so you don't hear yourself. Note that YouTube adds about 10 seconds of delay to the stream. Continue to YouTube. Okay, we are live.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. I have muted you on YouTube, but you are muted here also. How is it possible?
No, I just muted because I didn't in case somebody else comes, I didn't want any disturbance. That's why
Okay,
I
okay,
just
okay.
muted.
Yeah. So I have created this as a unlisted link so that only people who are coming through link
Huh.
they can only watch it.
Can only. Yeah, good, good. Okay. Otherwise, you won't be able to track.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Moderation helps everyone feel safe. Choose who can participate at a delay between machines. Okay, I have shared. Should I close it?
You've shared it in the group, no? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Your coming before time helped. I could get the live stream.
Great. Good. Good.
Yeah. So somebody has started watching us live. All right. Hello ZMS. Welcome. If you want to talk, we can. We still have 2 minutes. Hello everyone. If any of you want to come live with me, you are welcome. If you want to talk before we start, All right. So hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. So I see four people here: Smita, ZMS, Fahad, Siddiqui, and Farzana. Okay, somebody has logged out already. So can you tell which all places you are from? Okay, I see somebody. Okay. Dr. Smita Menon is from Dubai. Allahabad. All right. So you can write in this chat window as well as you can write in comments. Both I can see both of them. So first of all, thank you for being here. I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart. You took your time and energy, and you are present here with me. You could be anywhere in the world, right? Doing anything. Today is Sunday. Sunday evening you are spending with me. So I'm really truly grateful for this presence you have shared with me. Thank you. Uh, so you must be thinking, what is there in this session for you? Why are we meeting on a Sunday evening, right? So let me share it with you. So today's session is all about getting unstuck, not let your life trapped by burnout, and start your journey towards victory, moving from victim to victory. So before we s- start, or before I tell anything about myself, let me ask you something. So some of you here are doing well on the outside. You have a job, you may be running a business, having good family, good health, people respect you. But what is happening inside? Do you feel tired? Not just physically, I'm also talking about emotionally tired. Do you feel that? Okay, yes. So when you rest at time, rest at rest on time, and you give proper rest to your body and mind at night as well, you struggle to do that, or you do it comfortably, feeling that your mind is never actually switching off. What happens? What is happening behind all what people see outside? Yeah, true. So somewhere deep down, whatever you are doing, it has started feeling heavy. So as somebody has written, sometimes the struggle is there. Yeah. So you may wake up, but you are already behind. You are leading a successful life, and this success has started to feel heavy, isn't it? Now this webinar is not for people who are looking for motivation, right? It is for people who are successful and still may feel they are tired of surviving this success. Success has become a survival thing of survival. Now, why is this happening? The world taught us how to work, work hard, but very few people were taught how to recover deeply. So my name is Arif Hussain, and for the next 45 minutes or so, we are going to be together. I have over 2 decades of experience in healthcare and over a decade coaching and training professionals. I have worked with over 10,000 people, not because I had all the answers from the beginning, but because I lived and I faced those problems myself as well. So before I tell you anything else, give yourself a hand for being here on a Sunday evening. You chose to show up, and that matters. Now, if you stay with me until the end, in next 40 minutes, I am going to show you something why most ambitious professionals relapse back into burnout, even after learning what to do. They have all the information, knowledge to come out of this burnout, and still they remain stuck, they relapse. And more importantly, how to break that loop forever, for good. So I want you to think about the last movie that truly moved you, or maybe you can think of a story or imaginary person or a real person that you know, somebody who has made it in life, somebody lost everything and still made it, somebody who started from nothing, built something from scratch, and uh, lived well, became successful. So have you ever wondered why some people are able to do that and some people stay stuck? They and most of the truth is most of the people quit, but there are some that no matter how many times life knocks them, they always bounce back up. So let me share you this a research finding. Okay, I'm going to share a picture with you. So can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Somebody please type if you can see. Yes, thank you. Now, okay, so here is it. So this is called Hero's Journey. A researcher named Campbell, he researched thousands of stories, thousands of religious texts, and he found that all those heroes, what we call them in real life, they had a very similar story. And what was the story about? So all these heroes, they were living a very comfortable life, which is their ordinary world. The hero lies, let me increase the pictures. The hero lives in a familiar place, a comfortable place, just like our home, same office, same colleagues, same friends, right? So it gets very comfortable, right? Go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, and we get used to it, comfortable. Now, suddenly, the hero realizes a call to adventure. He receives something, he get inspired seeing somebody, and he gets this call to adventure. Now, sometimes it happens that some challenge comes in hero's life, which make him step out of his comfort zone. This ordinary world, and he starts his journey towards the unknown. And he may also get to know, uh, just like, what was the name of the hero in the Matrix? Neo, right? So just like he was told that you are the chosen one, somebody tells this hero, which is you, that you are the hero of your world, your journey. But what everybody does is, there is a refusal of this call, and everybody does that in the beginning. It can be because of the doubt, it can be because of some kind of fear, some hidden pattern in life, uh, right? So our hero refuses this call to adventure, and he doesn't want to move to the unknown world, and he starts living in this world, in this comfortable, ordinary world. Then somewhere he or she meets a mentor, maybe a coach, maybe a guide, maybe somebody who has lived that journey, lived that life. So our hero meets someone who guides, trains, or encourages them, and he gets motivated, inspired, and he crosses this threshold. Maybe because of some need, because of some challenge, because of some pain, or maybe he's looking for a pleasure. Remember, all human beings do uh, any work, they do anything because of just two reasons: either they want to avoid some pain, or they want to attain some pleasure. So it can be any of those two. He wants to, or she wants to, avoid a pain, or want to achieve pleasure, and that's how they break this threshold and they enters this special world, which is the unknown world, and which is also very uncomfortable world. And when they cross this threshold, so the hero leaves the familiar, comfortable world, obviously, and that's where the world, this new world, starts testing them. They have allies, maybe your new circle of friends, maybe new circle of enemies, right? So the hero face challenges in every form. It can be financially, it can be physically, it can be mentally, emotionally, and a lot of people, in fact, most of the people break here, and they go back to the ordinary world, and they again start living in this ordinary life. But some of them, they approach their inmost cave, and it's not the outer cave, it's about the inner cave. So the hero prepares for the ultimate challenge that he might be facing, he may have to face in the journey of this victory. So he or she prepares here. Somebody who is able to prepare, they can face the ordeal, the biggest challenge of their life, right? And then they reach to another threshold. From when they have crossed this challenge, they reach to another threshold from where there is no return. It's the point of no return. So that means they have already completed, moved from one end to towards the other, and they are a transformed person here. They they are not the same person who started the journey here. They are a completely transformed person, and from here they get resurrection. The hero faces the last test, and which transform him completely, and then he returns. So so the this is not uh, a single step journey. The journey continues. So every time you face a new challenge, new adventure, a new calling, you will go through this whole circle. That's what this Campbell found. that every hero had to go through this journey, same journey. Now this is your journey as well. This is my journey as well, right? But most of us, what do we do? From somewhere this part, we go back to the ordinary, comfortable world, and very few move break this threshold and move to this part because we don't stay long enough, or we get succumbed because of the pain, right? Or the pleasure doesn't entice us so much anymore, or we feel that the threshold of pain is bigger than the pleasure, right? So most people think they quit because the dream was impossible. So in this journey most of the people quit. And why do they do that? Because they think the dream was impossible for them to achieve, or they were not talented enough, or the situation was not right, the atmosphere, the environment was not aligned, or they were not aligned to the environment, or maybe because of the luck factor, they were just unlucky. So this is what happens in the most people's mind. Now these are all those stories which we tell ourselves. So the real reason most people quit their dreams is not failure, it's something else. And I'll tell you what it is. So the real reason is the emotional exhaustion, and I'll tell you why it is so. And we have a name for this, it's called burnout. So we, just like a moving machine, it gets wear and tear, and uh, it will not function efficiently, properly, if it is not maintained properly, time to time. Similarly, we human beings also get wear and tear, not just physical. We get wear and tear at emotional level also, and that emotional wear and tear is called burnout. There is another myth people have about burnout. They think the burnout is when somebody is lying maybe 16, 18 hours a day, somebody who is lazy, somebody who is not willing to work, somebody is not making efforts. So this is also right, but this is the last stage. Somebody who's lying on bed most of the time, that's the final stage of burnout. The real burnout is invisible, and that's why it is so dangerous. So the burnout people, they will keep showing up. They will still work every day. They will go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, and they will keep on doing this for years and years, even though there is no excitement, there is no clarity in what they are doing and why they are doing. They may not have the energy, they may not feel that emotional stability inside, but they still keep on working, maybe because of uh, their necessities at home, or their needs. But still the excitement, the life, it is a lifeless life actually. And slowly the dreams also get smaller, they start compromising on those dreams. uh, the confidence gets weaker, and eventually they settle for less. And let me share a story here. I want to tell you about a man, and let me call this man Mr. X. Now many of you will recognize people from surroundings or maybe yourself in this story. So Mr. X was known to be intelligent, hardworking, had a good family, and he had a clear vision of what he wanted and what he didn't want. He started his first business at the age of 20 years. So initially he was very excited to start the business, and he had some early wins also, as we usually have when we start something. Then pressure, challenges, failures, uncertainty. Those things happened. By the year three, he was emotionally exhausted. So he quit that business and he shrunk that dream of his and he chose uh, a mediocre job. And then at the age of 28, he started. He thought that the earlier it was not a good time to start the business, but now I can start. So at 28, he with a better preparation he started again. But this time he could not stay there for 3 years. He quit the business in just 2 months and went back to where the ordinary life, the job life. And I'm not saying okay, job lives are ordinary lives, right? But for him, it was going back to the same life, comfortable life. He started again at 36. He thought that now he is smarter, he will succeed in business. But within a year, the same emotional wall blocked his way. The same exhaustion, the same voice inside saying, maybe this is not for me. I'm not meant for businesses. I'm not built to run a business. No, he didn't have a business problem. He had some other problem. And here I want you to think about your life. And if you are comfortably sitting at some place and you can close your eyes and if you close your eyes and don't fall, right, then you can. So close your eyes and think about that you are sitting comfortably at your home. You and then imagine yourself walking out of your home, thinking about your journey of life, your college days, your school days, your relationships, parents during childhood, teachers. There might be some beautiful moments, there might be some painful moments. You are thinking about that journey. And then you reached an LA. You reached an LA and you see wall on both the sides. There are buildings on both the sides, and you are walking. And then you suddenly saw that there is a wall in front of you as well. Do you see a wall? So when you are walking, you saw a wall in front of you. I want you to observe how tall that wall is. Is it shorter than your height? As as high as you are, or it is way higher than your height? How tall it is? Now also think, if you have to cross that wall, is it difficult for you to cross that wall, or it will be difficult, or it is going to be impossible? Now consciously you may be successful living a good life. You can open your eyes. You might be living a good life wherever you are. You might be comfortable, just like our hero in the journey. But your subconscious mind is living that life where whenever some opportunity comes, you see a wall, and that wall Your mind is creating that wall. I didn't tell you that how high that wall is. Your mind built that wall for you. So you, that is your philosophy of life, the way you live your life. You may be, you may not be conscious. I'm sure you will not be conscious about that if you haven't done such kind of process earlier. So this, you are living your life with that philosophy. If it is very comfortable to cross, that means opportunity comes and you achieve things very comfortably. If it is impossible, for example, somebody has written way higher than my height, it is too big, no, I can't, right? So for people who think that they can't cross that wall, it means when an opportunity comes, they feel, they struggle a lot, in simple words, if I have to put. And usually when people get tired, they get burned out because of those struggles, they quit and they go back to some comfortable thing. They diminish their dreams, they start compromising in their life, right? And similar, when this Mr. X, when he failed several times, 3 times in his life, even before he reached 40, he shrinked his dreams, right? And went back to comfortable life again and again, comfort of stable job, same habits, same identity, same ordinary life. Now think about your life. I had similar life. In fact, I am that Mr. X, right? I started 3 businesses before 40 and I had to close all of them, right? So this is what happens when we get burned out. We Nobody has taught us how to manage our emotional wear and tear. Just think about New Year's resolutions that you make or anybody make. January 1st, you're full fire. This is my year. I'm going to make it. Now it can be any goal. It can be relationship, it can be health, weight loss, weight gain, muscles, or a career. So by January 15th, you are still going strong. By 1st, starting to slip. And 15th, excuses start coming up. I will start from Monday. I will start next month, right? And then comes this December 31st. Another resolution, another moment when you say, oh, next year will be mine. Now, what does studies show about this? Studies show 80% of resolutions are abandoned by February 15th. Not because people do not want to change, but because they never fix the internal loop, their internal world, right? So I was also stuck with similar things in similar goals. I wanted to write a book, and my first book took about 4 years for me to write, and it was not still complete. But when I finally decided to write it, I announced it and I published in less than 10 days, right? Now I was showing you this hero's journey. Now this hero's journey will keep repeating. Let me share you again with you again. This will keep on repeating until you break that loop, you break those patterns inside, and you are as comfortable in the this extraordinary world, in the unknown world, as comfortable you were in the ordinary life. When you get comfortable in the unknown life, those pains don't trouble you, and you actually break the threshold, and that's where you taste that elixir, and you become a transformed person. So if burnout is the problem, Then what is the secret of people who seem to be unstoppable? There are people who don't get tired at all. For example, uh, there are these two people coming, traveling for 10 hours, same the same class seat they have, same food, starting from same city, ending in the same city, and still one feel burned out because of the travel. He wants to rest, and the other person, he wants to work. Why is the difference? Can you write in the chat? Why is the difference between these two people? One says, I am done, I cannot do anything today. And the other says, okay, this is an important piece of work and I will do it. And he goes to the work full energy, full focus. Okay, yeah, determination, right? Because from outside, person B may look superhuman, right? Yeah, determination is one of the characteristics, right? But the difference is what happens inside during those 10 hours in the flight. Okay. So what did person A did? Person A spent 10 hours mentally fighting every bump in the flight, anxious about the turbulence, mentally replaying work conflicts, maybe even fighting for food or for water, right? So he was struggling throughout those 10 hours, and that's why he was already tired even before landing. Person B, he had learned to keep external circumstances outside his internal world. He rested when he was able to, and he stayed calm during turbulences. So he did not fight those things which was not in his control. So same journey, completely different internal experience. So the difference is not talent here. It is emotional endurance between these two people. How many agree with me? Yeah, and this is the difference why some people keep moving when others collapse because of the same challenges. So it's not motivation, it's not talent, it's emotional endurance. And a lot of people have done this assessment. They have gone through this assessment I had created, right? More than 90% of people had very good score in all the other parameters, but when it came to internal world, that is your emotional, uh, managing your emotions, they were struggling. The best of people were struggling. People who were highly successful, highly performing, they were struggling with their emotional stability, right? So now I want to do something different with you. uh, and I want you not just think about this, not just hear about it, I want you to actually feel it. Okay. So again, if you are comfortable, close your eyes, keep your feet, both feet, flat on the ground, hands resting on lap, shoulders relaxed. Loose your jaw. Now gently close your eyes. Take one breath slowly, deeply. One breath in and release. Take another breath. Inhale, exhale. Let your body settle. For just the next few minutes, There is nothing to do, nothing to decide, and nothing to solve. What you do is just hear my voice. Now imagine yourself 6 months from now. You wake up in the morning, but this morning is different from today morning. There are no worries, not feeling of dread, no mental fog, not feeling that I'm already late. Instead, there is something quiet but solid inside you, a steadiness, a knowing, a direction that does not fluctuate. Now, something happens, life happens, right? A problem arises, something goes wrong, and you feel it, you notice it, but you don't collapse just like earlier. You breathe, you think calmly, and you respond with clarity. You see the people around you. Notice how they look. They respect you more. They are looking at you differently now. They respect you because now they can trust you in a different way in your leadership. Because you are not the same person who was anxious, emotionally unstable 6 months ago. And in a quiet moment, you pause, you look back where you were, the exhaustion you carried in your body, in your mind, the everyday loop you lived in, and you decide in this moment that was the last time you let burnout win. Now, slowly bring your awareness back to this room. Feel your feet on the ground, feel your hands, your breath. Your shoulders are a bit more relaxed, your chest is feeling lighter, your breath is deeper. Whenever you feel ready, gently open your eyes. What you just felt is not some fantasy. That is a possibility, and that can be your state, a long-term state, not a state which you achieved for a minute, but it can be your long-term state. And there is a solution which can provide you this calm state for a long time. And this is what burnout breakthrough system does. So do you want to know about burnout breakthrough system? Write in the chat window if you are with me. Yes. So burnout breakthrough system. Yeah. So I see a few yeses. So I'll share with you. So burnout breakthrough system has something at its core. It's a 7 steps system which I call the victory framework, designed to rebuild your emotional architecture from the inside out, so that you are not living your life depending on your emotions. Your emotions are under your control. And when you are able to handle your emotions well, you are able to handle life well. So the first, let me share a slide with you. So here's the 7 step victory framework. So the first step is vantage point. So this is where you get to know where you really are, not where you think you are, but you will find where you are actually, emotionally, mentally, pattern wise as well. What are your patterns? What are the things that drive you? What are the things that block your way? You are going to know everything here. And then you move to step 2, which is inner alchemy. This is about what is happening inside your mind, the beliefs you are carrying, the emotional patterns, the triggers you may have generated from your childhood, from the experiences, which may not be helping you. Identify stories that are controlling you, controlling your behavior, driving your behavior. We will identify and we will transform them to something beneficial, something that is aligned to what you want to do in life, what you want to become in life. And these all these steps are built one over the other, right? So the third step is, when you have completed this, you move to the third step, which is control your habitat. So you understand the importance of environment. Your environment shapes your journey of life in more than what you have ever thought. Now, you cannot build a new identity in the same environment, same ordinary life, just like that hero's journey. You cannot build new identity in the living the ordinary life. You need to get into the unknown. So you will design your environment to support who you are becoming. So that's how you are going to control your habitat. You will know exactly what kind of people you are surrounded with, who are these toxic people who are uh, troubling and pulling you back, and you will also know how to manage those people, and you will create your own mastermind which is aligned to the goal that you want to achieve in your life. The fourth step is the dynamic presence. Now most of the people, they live they live physically in present, but mentally they are somewhere else, maybe in the past, sometimes worrying about the future. And we have all heard about this, that all everybody says that you should live in the present, don't worry about future, don't think about the past, past is gone, future is nothing, right? Live in present. I also say that life is now, but nobody tells how to be now 100% consciously, right? So here you are going to know exactly how you can be truly present, what you are doing. And when you do that, your efficiency will improve and your results will improve. The fifth step is orchestrate. You have heard of the word orchestra, right? So for example, A.R. Rahman's orchestra may have 150 to 350 people, and everybody is creating one small sound, but they are all aligned, and they are creating a melody, a melody which is soothing to audiences' ears. Similarly, in this process, orchestrate, you are going to create your life's melody. You will know exactly what is your victory outcome, that is aligned to you from within, because now you know yourself. So the goal that you were chasing because of this social pressure or family pressure, uh, they may become your goal. We don't know. They may become your outcomes. But now, whatever it is, whatever you decide or define, you will be completely aligned with those outcomes. That will be your victory outcome. The sixth step is reinforcement. Now again, our mind is built in such a way that it will always want to go back to the comfort, right? It is our mind is not built to be successful. It is built to survive. And what is the best survival? Be comfortable, right? So you are going to create reinforcement plan for yourself so you don't go back to the previous ordinary life which you have decided to leave or which you have already left. And then you move to the last step, which is your own victory framework. So here you will find your own personal blueprint. You know, our journey is, it may look similar from outside, but our journey is very different from each other. When we go at a deeper level, our experiences during the childhood, our situations, our experiences, our teachers, they were all different, and that's why our journey is also different. So that's why we need our own blueprint of victory. Now think of a GPS. You make a wrong turn, it does not shame you, right? It just simply says recalculating, and it gives you a new route, right? So the victory framework is your emotional GPS. Now I want to be honest with you, not to scare you, but because you deserve the truth. Every year you delay working on your emotional system, life gets heavier, not lighter, heavier. Responsibilities increase. How many of you agree with me? Does responsibilities increase or decrease? Let me stop this share. So how many of you think their responsibilities have reduced in last few years? Yeah, increase, of course, right? How many of you think that their financial pressure increased or decreased? Yeah, increase. Health consequences. Do you think your health is improving day by day? Of course, somebody who is working, making efforts, that's a different case. But in general, when you are not doing anything about it, is the health is getting better, or it is you are, you know, uh, health also gets affected, right? Somebody said that. And your time, what do you think about time? Is time increasing? Your self time, is it increasing or is it decreasing? Yeah, it is decreasing as well. Now think of compound interest, but in reverse order. A small unresolved emotional pattern at 25 becomes a serious crisis at 45. That's how impactful these emotional things are, right? Uh, I don't want to use those words, but the words like trauma, childhood trauma, these things are very common. We hear from people, right? Where are they coming from? Why are people talking about those things? Because those things are important. Something has happened and it is playing in your mind, and is controlling your life, daily life, affecting your current life. Something happened 20 years ago and it is still controlling your life, right? Now most people wait until burnout becomes severe, when when they become hopeless, when they don't want to work, when they don't get want to get into relationships, when they don't want to work for their health, and they crash. They keep waiting until they crash, and by then they have lost years, they have lost opportunities, they have lost parts of themselves. You know, relationships are parts. So if somewhere deep inside you know you are meant for more and you want more, if you have felt this webinar as a like a call, and you feel that something has pulled you back. It can be burnout, inconsistency, emotional exhaustion, or internal chaos. If you are tired of starting and stopping again, starting and stopping again, like I did with so many businesses, then this is your moment. My mentor helped me to come out of that, and that's how I am able to do something that I really am passionate about, and I can work for hours and hours without feeling tired, right? There are days when I am about, I'm doing something and I do it till morning and I don't feel tired, and I can take a session at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. I have done it so many times. It's not because I have some pressure. Nobody is at my back. Okay, Arif, you have to do this. Nobody is there, but it just happened, right? So if you feel the same and if you want to do the same, then this is your moment. And it's not just to learn something new. It's not about that. You have all the knowledge in the world. You if you don't have the knowledge, you have at least at your fingertips. So it's not about gaining knowledge. It's about transforming yourself from within. So in next 10 minutes, two kinds of people will walk out of this webinar. The first says it was a good session, uh, goes home, feels motivated for a day or two, and then returns to the same cycle, same life they were living. The group, second kind of people will say, I want to do something about this burnout, and I don't want, I want to break this. They will make a decision now, not because it is comfortable, but because they are done with being comfortable. And 6 months from now, I assure you that this second kind of people, they will be unrecognizable. So which one are you? You have to decide now. So if you go on my website, uh, let me share the link here. You click on this link, and you can enroll in burnout breakthrough system right away. And it's not because I am telling you this, it's not because I am pressurizing you, it's because you want to transform yourself from within. And this transformation starts from this decision of enrolling into burnout breakthrough system. If you feel this calling, take action before you go back into the same cycle. So I've shared the link. And meanwhile, I'm open for questions. If you want to know anything about what we have discussed today, if you have any questions, if you want to know about the program, I'm here. Okay, we have a lot of people here. Any questions? Anything you want to know? How to recover from burnout? Okay. So the whole discussion was about this question, and I'm glad that you asked this. So a simple way is you enroll into this program. I will be with you, right? And we will find what are those things that are stopping you. What are those challenges? What are those stories running in your mind? Unless we uncover those things, we'll not be able to know what will work for you. So, for example, for somebody, simply doing one activity, it can be a good escape from burnout, right? But you don't have energy to continue that activity for long. People will quit. For example, some people go to gym, they feel good, they go there, they take annual membership, and they go there for hardly 15 to 20 days or a month. Why? Because their story inside, it doesn't let them work, it doesn't let them continue those activities. So if you want to find one thing, any activity, any physical, because it's an emotional thing, a problem of the inner world, when you spend more time in the external world, outer world, it will help definitely. And you can start doing anything, anything physical. It can be dancing, it can be gymming, it can be swimming, it can be socializing, meeting people. It will help you. But then if it is not aligned to what you are as a person, you will feel more burned out, you will feel more exhausted. And that's why the inner work is more important first, and then doing something in the outer world. I hope that answered your question. Thank you for asking. Any other thing, any other question that you may want to know? I don't quit. How to build that inner strength? Yeah. So uh, I have. It's very similar to what you had asked before, right? How to build that inner strength. So unless you go through the process, right, and because we all started from the same strength, same, actually same ordinary life at birth, right? But then we had experiences, we had different experiences, we had different journeys. So unless we get to know about those things which are making you weak, because you are searching for strength, that means you are feeling weak somewhere inside. So if you are feeling weak inside, so we need to know the reason why you feel so, right? How to control emotions. So let me complete that answer. So inner strength will come automatically when you work with us. So 3 months is the time. 12 sessions. We will meet once a week, face to face, right? And also you will see videos. You can go through those videos that I have uh, published on the platform, which you can see on that link given, right? So that inner strength will build automatically when you move one step after another, right? How to control emotions? So what emotions do you want to control? Emotions are very, very powerful. So they can build you. So for building, also for building your life, becoming a victorious, imagine a warrior who is telling his in his mind, if I go and fight this enemy, he might kill me. Will he be able to fight efficiently? Even if he has skills, he will not be able to fight. because the story running is in his mind, or the emotions he is carrying through that story, it will not work in his favor. On the other hand, if somebody, another warrior, or let's say the same warrior, if he goes into the fight with another story, that I am a winner, I am going to win, I am going to succeed, I have to, uh, take care of the boundaries of my country. I love my nation. I love my country. I love my countrymen. If he is going in that war with this kind of a story, what do you think? Will he be able to control his emotions? Will he have inner strength? Now, we don't know right now in this moment what story is controlling you. So, when you go through this process with me, watching the videos first and then meeting every week, usually what I've observed in my clients, in a month, people are able to control their emotions, manage, handle people around them. Uh, they are able to sleep better. That's the first sign they will see. They start feeling better from first week itself. That I have experienced with my clients in last so many years. Okay. So anxious about future makes me weak. Yeah. So as I said, people are, is- they have two feet. One feet is in the past. Okay. Something has happened in the past 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and the other is worried about future. So that's how they are living in the present. But what is actually life? Life is those small moments, one after the other, and all these moments are present. If you see technically, there is nothing which you can call past or future. We have our life only in present. There is nothing. But mentally, we are stuck in past or future, worried about future, and that's why reason for being anxious. Okay. And somebody like you, I know you have so much of potential, you don't even realize it, and you are already doing such, you have already done so many strong, so many things which only a strong person can do. You have achieved so much, and still you're feeling weak inside. What does that mean? Okay. So instead of fighting alone, what I recommend is come together, come with me, and not just with me, there will be other people also. You will have a better uh, mastermind, a mastermind where same mindset people will be there. You will come out of the toxicity, if there is any toxicity in the life, in the present life. The most difficult part in human life is managing relationships, and managing relationships with the people who care for us the most, love us the most, because those are the people we take them for granted, those are the people who take us for granted. And managing relationships, managing our emotions in those relationships is the most important as well as the most difficult task. Strangers do not trigger us, the close ones trigger us. Just think of a person, you came, you were excited to meet, you felt good about meeting, you were uh, you were only looking at the good part of that person, and then reality happens, reality hits you, and then suddenly what happens? You feel something inside your mind. Why? Because something happened in the past, something similar, which reminded you of, which reminded you in this present situation as well. And then Now you are deciding not on the basis of what is happening in present. You are deciding on the basis of what happened in the past, and that's how we remain stuck in this loop. So that's why a long-term work is required. Me giving you advice, I can give you advice. I have already given so many advices, right? You can watch this video. This video will be on YouTube later, right? Right now it is unlisted, but later on, but because you have the link, you can, all the attendees can watch it later as well, right? So you can watch as many times as you want. But what is the point? These advices, these suggestions will not work for long. You will always, your mind will always come back to this ordinary life, the regular life, the comfortable life. And you will be scared to know that even people get comfortable with pain also. They start living with pain. For example, somebody has a shoulder pain. Now, somebody, someday if he doesn't feel pain, he will feel uncomfortable. What happened today? I don't have pain. I don't have pain. That will be uncomfortable for him now because he is so comfortable carrying the pain. And that's how people keep living for years and years, decades, all their lives, carrying the burden. So, my only suggestion, recommendation, advice is enroll in the program and I'll do my best. I'll put in all the effort. I will be with you, not just these 3 months. I'll be with you as long as possible. Just start, just take this leap of faith and start. Just enroll in the program. If there is any question, I am here. Otherwise, we can close this. It's already 8:06. We have passed 6 minutes. Thank you for being here with me on a Sunday evening. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. And for those who have already enrolled, we will meet. You can watch videos as as per your comfort, and we'll meet once a week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time, wonderful life. Take care. Bye bye.